My Vanguard portfolio has just hit over £10,000. I only started it with £5,000 2.5 years ago, and it's now at over £10,000. Welcome to a Vanguard portfolio update in November of 2024. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I want to take you through what my portfolio valuation is, what I'm invested in, what I've been continuing to invest in, and what my future plan for investing is. So let's waste no time, hit the subscribe button and let's get straight into it. So this is the page I get when I log into my Vanguard account. As you can see at the top there, as of the 31st of October 2024, my ISA value is just over £10,000. Let's break down exactly where that has come from and all the different modules you can see on here. So first of all, this one, the ISA allowance. So as you can see, I've got £19,495 out of my £20,000 ISA allowance because I haven't actually put that much in this year. Some reasons for that: I went traveling for a couple of months. I moved into a new house with my girlfriend, so we had to save a bit of money. So I had to stop some of the investing for a few months, but we are now back investing every single month. The next block here you can see is the investment block. I'm going to go into this in more detail, but this shows me my largest holding, which is the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund with just shy of £7,000 there and making up close to 70% of my total ISA value, but we'll go into that in more detail in a minute. My personal rate of return is, I think, quite a good rate of 32.24%, and that is in over 2.5 years. We'll delve into that a bit more in a second, and the bottom ones are not too exciting. So let's first of all go into my investments. So if you click view here, you can see what I'm invested into currently. There are two funds I invest into. So there's the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund and the S&P 500. Now both of these are accumulating, which means when I'm awarded dividends, these go back into buying more funds. I don't get their income into my pocket because I think I don't need the money at the moment. I'm going to put it back into earning more money in the future. So as you can see over here, this is the current amount. If I were to sell these investments right now on the 31st of October 2024, this is the amount of profit I would make. So on the FTSE Global All Cap, I'd make 1.2k, and on the S&P 500, I would make just shy of £400. Now, because these are within an ISA, I won't pay any capital gains tax on these as well. So this is pure profit. So 1.6k. I would also like to mention that this is actually not the true amount I've made. I've actually made more because I did have to sell the S&P 500 and rebuy it quite recently. I'll tell you why in a minute. So let's have a quick look at performance. So as I say, I opened this account at the beginning of the tax year in April 2022, and we're now at the end of October 2024. So it's exactly 2.5 years from when I opened this account. So as you can see here, over the total time of having this account open, I've made over £2,000 if I were to sell them right now. So if we just go across here to Insight, you can see I'm invested 100% in equity, and it gives you a nice breakdown of the geographical regions which I'm invested into. As you can see, quite heavily in North America, and that is mainly the S&P 500, but also the FTSE Global All Cap is heavily weighted towards North America, as you would probably imagine, with some in Asia Pacific and Europe as well. Top 10 investments: Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Berkshire Hathaway, and a few more here as well. Now let me take you through what I've been contributing. So we go to the transaction section. If I just expand this out, and I'll take you back in time to when I opened the account back in April 2022. So as you can see here, I put in a sort of lump sum of just under £5,000. They kept some back for fees. So I made one purchase into the FTSE Global All Cap Accumulating Fund, and then I bought £2,500 worth of the S&P 500. But I actually made an error here in buying the distributing version, which is the income version. And this means that the dividends I would get into my account, and I later went on to rectify this by selling that fund and then buying the accumulating fund, as you'll see in a minute. So after that, I tried to stay consistent with investing every single month. You see here £100 fairly consistently. I think December was missed out here. Then we got back into it in January, February, March, April, and we even upped it to £125 as well. And we go over to the next page. May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December went up to 175. January started off strong, February, and then this is the transaction that I was talking to you about earlier. So this is when I sold the distributing version. So I'd made a bit of money on that. As you can see, I bought it for about just under 2,500 and it went up to 2,865, so I made about £300 on that. I put it pretty much all back in to the accumulating version. Again, they took some out for fees, and then we're still investing regularly up to £150 now for March, April, May. Clearly got missed off, so this I have to be intentional with these cancellations, and I need to start saving for our travels, which we went on over the summer. So we actually went away at the beginning of June. That's why you can see here there hasn't been any payments until October, because we went traveling. I had to move into this new property, so we had to save for that. But as you can see here, these are just when they sell part of my funds to pay for my account fees. And as you can see here, this one is pending for a few days' time, and we're back and we're upping it to £200. So these are all the payments I've made over the whole time I have started. So as you can see, I only contributed £5,000 to begin with. I've slowly been adding month by month and only missing out on very rare occasions. But now my ISA value is up to £10,000. Not too bad, to be honest with you. Let's just have a quick look at the fees. So as you can see here, so these I think are done on a quarterly basis. Let's just see if we can expand this out as well. Take you back to, okay, so April 2022. So obviously these will go up as it's done on a percentage base. So as you can see, these slowly go up. So if we go back to our investments and you click here, you can actually see how the individual fund has performed. If we go back to 5 years, we'll be able to see it. So you can see here, this is how it's performed. Obviously this drop is COVID here, and then it returned back. The green dots are where I started to contribute. So here is back when I opened the account in April 2022, and all these green dots are when I've contributed. Let's just make it a bit easier to see. So as you can see, it's gone up and up and down and up and down, but the general trend is to go up. These ones here are just selling again to cover the fees for my account. But as you can see, all the greens are when I have bought in. So as you can see, it's at £219 here, and my average unit cost has been £179. This is what's called dollar cost averaging. So I'm buying in every single month. I'm not trying to time the market. I'm just buying the average of the market with this fund, because there's about 7,000. If I just take you here, there's about 7,000 holdings in there. Yeah, 7,121 stocks. A very low fee of 0.23%. It's classed as a risk 5 out of 7, but that's probably also because it is stocks only, equity only. There is no kind of bonds in here at all. So you see you've got the two versions here. You've got the accumulating version and the income version. So personally for me, I've chosen the accumulation version as I just want to reinvest the profits. Let's just take a quick look down here. This is quite interesting, past performance. So in 2019 through 2020, it was up 4%. Obviously this was COVID. Then it bounced back dramatically after COVID, 23%, then down, and then up and up. So as you can see, it's never plain sailing. It's never like up and then up and constantly up. But on average, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the average. Let's just have a quick look at the S&P 500. As you can see, there's only one green dot here because I only bought it in one go. When I sold the distributing version, I could have dollar cost averaged it out every month, like taking that £2,800, whatever it was. But I just thought at that point, I just want to put it in. And it's turned out to be a good decision because, like we say, we've made some money on it currently. So now I've taken you through all that. What is my plan going forward? Well, the answer is nothing has changed. I'm going to continue to invest monthly into the FTSE Global All Cap Fund, as I have been doing for the past 2.5 years. And as you can see, I've got a good rate of return. Now, whilst it's interesting to see the numbers, they don't really affect me because I'm not looking to sell anytime soon. This money is for the future. I'm talking way in the future. I'm not going to use it for a house or to buy a new car. I'm talking retirement sort of money. So that is why, whilst it's nice to see I'm up 32% and it's now over £10,000, I don't need to take that money out, so I don't really mind. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me again on the next one.